guys, Teddy here, and today I decided to make an Apple Tech Rewind of 2024 video. Basically, we're gonna talk about all the products that Apple released from January to December. Are they new products? Should you upgrade if you already have the previous version of the same product? Were people impressed? Because some people say, oh my gosh, that's a new product, like I would love to try it. Or people like, is this really an update? You call this an update? Is that it? Because some people weren't surprised, or maybe I should say were a little bit disappointed with Apple's update. Some products people expected to be updated, but actually they didn't get an update in 2024. So we'll leave this to the next year, aka 2025. So what exactly Apple did this year? I should say that it was one of the Apple's most successful years. Yes, probably you guys say this every year, but they did update good amount of products every year. They give us more feed, more things to talk about, to test, to experience, and it's based on our choices which products we actually keep for ourselves, aka we'll buy and use in our daily lives, and which were just for the sake of testing and then just return to Apple. So right now, let's start with the video. Like I've said in previous videos when it comes to this product, Apple Vision Pro was the talk of the town in January. Mostly because that was a brand new product, or maybe I should say lineup of products from a bigger company. Samsung released their Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, or I should say lineup, in January. And as I said in the previous video, I still believe that this is because they knew that Apple will release Apple Vision Pro that month, and they wanted to make people, creators, newspapers, newsletters, everyone talk about Samsung as well, not only as Apple Vision Pro. But here's the thing, every company releases phones yearly. Like every year, Apple releases a new iPhone. I can say the same about Samsung and pretty much every other company. But this is a brand new product from a bigger company. I would say that not every company releases new products that never existed in their lineup every single year, because that takes time, production, and also you have to think about what this product should be. I have talked about Apple Ring, but I don't think this is happening anytime soon. So what was Apple Vision Pro different than, for example, an iPhone or an iPad? Basically, yes, you have a bigger screen, you control everything with your eyes and with your fingers. Also, you can have like a giant movie theater just with your eyes. You can have spatial audio, video, photos. Yes, it is better than the iPhone at some point, but also more expensive. It's $3,499. Yes, it's an expensive purchase. And also, I'm curious, like all these creators that bought it for themselves, how often they actually use it? Yes, in the beginning it was a trend to use it, to buy it, to use it for the videos and stuff like this. But in your daily life, do you actually use this thing every day? This is the reason why I didn't get it. First of all, it's very expensive. Second of all, I don't see myself using this as much as I use my phone. Yes, Apple Vision Pro was something extraordinary. People call it a VR headset, but Apple said it's not a VR headset. It's Apple Vision Pro. Yes, it has longer battery, completely different system. It was the Vision Pro OS. We're having updates. We had updates this year, continuing to develop, but is it exactly what people imagined? Yes, you're gonna use it for some time, but after that, what? It's like when you get something, it's interesting to you the first 1-2 weeks, and then you just get bored of it. So, should you upgrade? There is no previous device, so should you buy it in this case? I would say, yes, if you have a lot of money, don't know what to do with them, but if you're actually not gonna use this like every single day or at least a few times a week, I don't think it's a good idea to invest your money because it is expensive. Next, we're moving on to March when Apple dropped their M3 MacBook Air. So at the Scalefest event in 2023, we already dropped a MacBook Pro with M3. So it was obvious at some point next year, Apple will make their upgrades to the MacBook Air as well. So they have two sizes, 13 and 15 inch, perfect in between to the MacBook Pro, which have 14 and 16. So now the question is, to which size would you want to upgrade? Personally, probably I would have chosen the 15 inch because I do have a laptop which is 14 inches. Also, I do have an iPad which is 10.9 inches. And I think that I prefer a little bit of a bigger screen compared to a smaller one, but the 13 inch is so small, so compact that I'm sure many creators are editing on the go. And I do have to say, you can put it in any laptop bag, any bag if you want. And for example, you can edit on the plane. Now, should you upgrade if you have an M2 MacBook Air? My answer will be no, because the difference in numbers, if you look at Apple statistics, they're not that big. Yes, there is increased performance in CPU, GPU, graphics performance, like battery life as well. They made better screen. But at the same time, let's be honest. You upgrade from M2 to M3, so it's the same thing as upgrading from the previous iPhone to the next one and expecting it to have bigger differences than the current phone you used to have. No, but if you have any Intel MacBook, I'm gonna be like every other creator is value. Please upgrade. You will notice a bigger difference. Even though I never had a MacBook, I'm telling you, now that Apple took the making of chips in their home with M silicone chips, choose which one you want, and you have the better performance in your life. So yes, you should upgrade from an Intel MacBook Air. From M1, you can consider it. From M2, I really don't think it's necessary. We're moving on to the Apple Spring event, and this year it was all about the iPad. Yes, I really thought it would be the iPad mini, but no, we had new iPad Air and an iPad Pro. The iPad Air got equipped with M2. We all thought that the iPad Pro will get M3, but no. Apple surprised us and made brand new chip specifically for the iPad Pro, and this is how we got introduced to M4. So now we have the most powerful iPad ever and also the thinnest iPad Pro. I'm just curious why they decided to make it even thinner, what exactly they're trying to do, because after all, the iPad Pro is supposed to be more powerful, so basically it should have more stuff inside, but the fact that they managed to even squish down the size and make it so powerful. Yes, most of the updates are coming actually with the software updates, not specifically with the iPad, but the fact that you're jumping from M2 to M4, maybe you should consider upgrading. So from which iPad Pro or Air you should upgrade? From M1 iPad Air to M2, if you want, you could do it. Probably if I was using my iPad more often, I would have upgraded this 2020 iPad Air because this is still an Intel one. But at the same time, it's working so good that I don't see a reason for me to upgrade because I don't use it as much as I use my laptop, and this is why I haven't upgraded yet. But maybe if Apple makes another like green color, I might change my mind, sell this one, and immediately upgrade to another one. But when it comes to the iPad Pro, yes, now we made a huge jump from M2 to M4, so you should consider update from M1. Yes, think about it. If you have any other model, just upgrade. You will notice the difference. Of course, nobody said you have to upgrade to the straight to M4, but it's a good change. Also, the fact that now they offer the nano option, the nano screen option, like this is insane. I never realized it. I had it on my laptop until I actually started seeing the comparisons that they did with the iPads and the MacBooks. So this is definitely great, especially if you're like me and you sit in front of a window and sometimes the light is reflecting, so that way at least you won't get a reflection on your screen. Yes, you have to pay a little bit more. At least it comes with a polishing cloth, which usually costs $20 from Apple. It's not like you can buy it separately if you need it, but I do have to say it does make a difference. So if you could have this option, if you have a little bit more money to spend, I think that you should do it. Spring has passed, their event passed, so the next biggest event that Apple is hosting was WWDC. This year, they didn't do any new products, but they did a lot of updates. So basically, the whole WWDC this year was about updates. So we did have a new iOS, new macOS, iPadOS, watchOS, visionOS, and also they made it about Apple Intelligence. But the funny thing, or maybe I should say the well-played thing, was that in the beginning when they were talking about the updates about every single product, they never mentioned a single time Apple Intelligence. After that, they made a whole segment only about Apple Intelligence. So basically, yes, if you have an iPhone, sadly, it will be available only for the iPhone 15 and 16. Personally, I watched the keynote because usually I'm an Apple Tech obsessed. So pretty much I'm just curious to see what they will do. And I have to say, all these Apple Intelligence features, they are great. Apple is trying to improve AI and basically put it into every single of their products that they're offering. But at the same time, so of all the demos that they showed what Apple AI can do, let's just say that I don't think I will use any of these. Yeah, some of these, for example, the most exciting thing for me was that you can make a custom emoji right now. But despite that, I will need to transform emails because I rarely write any emails. At the same time, another thing is that I genuinely don't feel the need to use AI in my daily life. I would still try to do things on my own, but sometimes, yes, like every other people, I have used ChatGPT. And yes, even Apple, I will say partner is incorporating ChatGPT because you can ask Siri stuff. And if she can answer, do you want me to ask ChatGPT to give you a proper answer? Yes, you can do that. So definitely Apple Intelligence is a game changer. Yes, more and more updates will come in 2025 as well. But I do have to say, Apple started the beginning of something. And I don't think the end will come anytime soon. Apple updates were the annual iPhone and an Apple Watch. So we did get an iPhone 16 lineup this year. And the newest thing was the capture button. So we already had an action button in USB-C from the iPhone 15. Now let's call the capture button. Even though Apple refuses to call it the button, but I don't know what else this thing is, because if you can press it for me, that is a button. So yes, it makes a difference, but also many people were confused, like, why would you need it when literally you can open the camera at the bottom of your lock screen? Where is the torch? Now with the new iOS you can customize this, but I still prefer to open my camera from there. And also I do use the torch, I was like, quite often, mostly during the winter because the day is shorter. So I have to say I'm happy with these two, and I don't think I want to change it, even though now I have the option. Yes, the action button as well could be used as a camera button. So one creator said that the more places I can access my camera, the better. So yes, maybe this is a good feature for them, but other people were confused, like, why would you need this? Yes, of course, it has the longer battery life now when it comes to the 60 Pro Max. So there are differences. Yes, the good news, the price is still the same as the previous iPhone. So good news. So what about the Apple Watch? Yes, I did get it. I got the Apple Watch Series 10. And I do have to say, for a person who never owned a smartwatch, I have to say it's a great device. When it comes to the previous gen, I don't think there is that big of a difference. Yes, it's the thinnest Apple Watch ever. But again, I never owned one, so I can't really do a comparison. Mostly I'm using the fitness app and I'm doing some workouts, which is great for me. So what I have to say is that should you upgrade from the previous iPhone? So literally my friend got the newest iPhone. I was like, okay, what's the difference compared to mine? Because I still rock the iPhone 14 Pro Max and he had the same phone. So I was like, there's not big of a difference. Yeah, for me, these are the three key differences. Now we have an action button, USB-C, capture button. But if I have to be honest, I don't think these things are enough for me, like an upgrades. So I should get the newest 16. That's why I didn't do it. Maybe with the iPhone 17, but again, I'm not sure. Apple Intelligence, as I said, I won't use it that much. So it's not big of a deal for me if I have it or not on my device. When it comes to the Apple Watch, yes, next year this will be old already. Will we change it? No, because honestly, I'm happy with this Apple Watch. Something that people expected but didn't happen was an Apple Watch Ultra Series 3. No, they still had Series 2, just added a new color. Yes, it was nice, so people got disappointed. People were like, oh, okay. It's already powerful, Apple Watch. It's top of the line, so I don't know what else can you upgrade. But I believe that in 2025, we'll see an Apple Watch Ultra Series 3. So should you upgrade from the previous iPhone Apple Watch? No. Maybe if you have an iPhone 14, maybe I should say maybe 12 or 13, yes, upgrade. Apple Watch Series 6, 7, maybe 8, you can upgrade. From the previous generation, aka iPhone 15 and Apple Watch Series 9, I don't think an upgrade is necessary. We can't leave without mentioning the AirPods update. So now we have AirPods 4th generation, and also we have AirPods Max. I'm sorry, Apple, I love you, but that was the dumbest update ever. Compared to what Apple does with updates of their other devices, the AirPods Max, I wouldn't even call it an update. So let's start with the AirPods 4. So yes, now they have an noise cancelling option. So basically you have two options. You can have it without or with noise cancellation. Yes, it will kind of hurt your budget a little bit, but I have to say, if you can invest in noise cancelling, do it. The AirPods Pro 2 didn't get an update with the third version, but now you can have a hearing test. And I have to say, I did it just because I was curious what exactly was happening. And yes, basically all you have to do is listen this out to both ears, left and right, and you have to tap on the screen whenever you hear a sound, and Apple will identify if you have a hear loss or not. So I have no to minimal hear loss, which is great. Usually not on a loud environment, so I don't expect to have hear loss, but I do have to say that it's great to figure out this myself. Of course, if I have a serious issues, I will visit a doctor. I won't trust my AirPods and iPhone for this, but I do have to say it's just great to know for your personal information. When it comes to the AirPods Max, Apple, how could you scam us this way? I'm sorry. I've got to say it here in this video. I was so excited about this update because it was 2021 when they launched and updated. We had only one update of the AirPods Max. Now Apple did it, and the only thing they did was to switch to USB-C and new colors. That's it. Nothing else. Apple didn't give us anything else. And I'm like, I was excited. I was waiting for this update, not because I will buy these, but because I was curious what the next move will be. And since they already did this like update, they're not gonna do it anytime soon for the next 2 to 3 years. So okay, I get it. Like, they're trying to shift to USB-C all of their products, which is great. It's amazing. I love that because practically they're doing it with any other device. And probably someone will buy it if they want to carry one cable for all of their devices except for carrying 2 to 3 cables. I get that, but at the same time, nothing else has changed. So should you upgrade if you have an AirPods Pro? They pretty much didn't do an update this year, so you can get the second generation. When it comes to the AirPods 4, maybe you should upgrade if you want the noise cancelling option. It's not as good as the Pros, but the fact that you even have this option on a base model AirPods makes it considerable should you upgrade. So you can check it out if you have this like option in your local Apple store. Definitely will make an improvement. When it comes to the AirPods Max, no, I will say strongly no, don't upgrade except if you don't want the USB-C, or maybe you like some of the newest colors, or you never owned a pair of AirPods Max. In that case, yes, you can get one. If you have one, I don't think it's worth the upgrade because pretty much this is not even an upgrade. I don't know what Apple did, but that was far from the upgrade I expected. And I have to say, I'm slightly disappointed. We're moving on to the end of the year when Apple did their final updates. We got updated the iPad mini, we have a new iMac, and a MacBook Pro. So Apple didn't even say anything about the iPad mini. I was waiting for this update. I have talked about it in so many videos that when will they update it? When they finally did it, again, I left a little bit disappointed. I had to find throughout all the tech creators that I subscribed to that they updated the iPad mini. And honestly, watching the reviews from the previous generation, I don't see any differences. Yes, I think they changed one color and that's it. So if you have the previous generation, the iPad mini 6, I don't think it's worth an upgrade. If you have 5, 4, 8 in previous generation, you can upgrade if you keep using this device with your daily tasks and just in your life. Okay, upgrade. But I don't think there are that many differences. And the fact that Apple didn't even say a single thing about the iPad mini is kind of like, I won't say worried, but that makes me wonder like why they did this. There was neither a single word. Just let's drop it. Who will care? People do, because there are people who actually use this device, and that's why Apple keeps updating them. Anyways, let's move on to the iMac. Yes, now we have an iMac with M4, and finally all their accessories are USB-C, so Apple is making this step further with all the devices. Last year when they did the iMac with M3, it was still Lightning. Now we're shifting to USB-C. We have a little bit different colors. Yes, you still have green, blue, yellow, all these colors, but they're a little bit different like hue. People say that finally this is the pink they always wanted because it's not my favorite color. Pretty much I don't care, but I have to say Apple chose beautiful colors this year. So basically, yes, that was the biggest update. The chip, the colors, and the fact that now they're USB-C. Of course, this will affect the performance. And the same thing we can say about the MacBook Pro. However, it looks exactly the same as the M3. So basically, if you put an M4 and M3, probably I wouldn't even notice which is which. Except when you start testing them and actually see the difference. So where should you upgrade? iMac with M3? I don't think you deserve an upgrade, but if you want this USB-C keyboard, mouse, and pretty much all the accessories that come with it, yes, you can upgrade. But in performance, yes, there is a difference. Obviously, it's a new chip, it's better and more powerful. But at the same time, I don't think there is a big of a difference. The same thing I can say if you have a MacBook Pro with M3. No, you don't need to upgrade. MacBook M3 is so powerful already. If you have an M2, I still don't think you need to upgrade. You can consider with M1, maybe you should, because in some points, the M4 is 2 times faster than the M1. If you have an Intel MacBook Pro, you already know what I'm gonna say, so I'm not even gonna say just upgrade to whatever silicon chip it is. You won't feel disappointed. So pretty much Apple closed with this update. So what will happen next year? We're about to find out. Okay, guys, that was the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below which was your favorite Apple update of the year. As I always said, I'm getting excited when a new iPhone comes just because the phone is the device that I use the most. And I want to see what Apple will do next year to convince me to upgrade to their newest iPhone. So far, they didn't do it. 2 generations later, I'm still with my 14 Pro Max and I'm more than happy about it. Battery is great. So definitely, I don't see a reason for me to upgrade. Maybe the 70 will be the move. I'm not sure about this one yet, but we're gonna find out. Apple definitely did great upgrades this year. Maybe I'll say Apple Vision Pro was top notch because it was a new product, but I hardly see anyone talk about this anymore because it's just not that interesting. It passed. The motivation, the passion, the excitement was just in the beginning of the year. Now, occasionally you might see someone talking about the Vision Pro, but not as much as they used to. But that'll be the video. Hope you enjoyed. Please smash that like button and like this video, share it with friends. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell so you'll be notified whenever I post new videos. And I'm gonna see you next time.